not long ago, my diet was Uber Eats, it was Greggs, it was Tesco meal deals and cookies and pints every weekend. And I was crashing after work. Yeah, I hated how I looked and I felt like absolute shit most days. And the truth is, most guys will never get shredded, all right? Not because they can't, but because they're not willing to change how they actually live. But when you fix these 7 things that I'm going to discuss in this video, and I mean actually fix them properly, your body's going to change, your energy's going to change, your whole life is going to change. Yeah, because I've been through the whole process myself and tested what works and what doesn't. And these 7 changes actually made the biggest difference when it came to building the lean aesthetic physique that I actually wanted. All right, let's get into the video, guys. Now, guys, the first thing I did was fix my diet. All right, like I say, I absolutely hated how I looked. I hated my body. I hated how I was just feeling on a daily basis. So eventually I just got so sick of the body I was living in. I was living in this skinny fat physique and I was just low energy day to day. So I said enough was enough. And I just said to myself, I want to get shredded. I want to look good. I want to feel proud of the person looking back at me in the mirror. So I started looking into nutrition and fixing up my diet, yeah, to actually feel better. So where I actually started looking first, which I don't recommend, is on, jumping on the latest trends. So TikTok, Instagram. And I actually started with the carnivore diet. Yeah, just cutting carbs completely and eating ribeye steaks for dinner and eggs. And honestly, guys, I felt pretty great. Yeah, I was actually loving meals. Like, I do love my steak and eggs. But guys, I don't recommend this diet. Yeah, I really don't recommend this diet. Yes, you feel mentally sharp and you have no brain fog, but you're looking in the mirror and you're feeling flat and you're just feeling soft, and it's very demotivating. Yeah, you just look like a smaller, softer version of yourself. So I started bringing the carbs back in. I wanted that full, lean, athletic look. Yeah, and especially if you want that shredded look. Yeah, you want that dense muscle. Carnivore's not the way forward, all right? Unless you've been going to the gym for years and maybe you want it from a cognitive standpoint and you already have that muscle to begin with, then I guess it might be a good route to go down. But if you actually just want overall peak aesthetics, you want to be feeling good, you want to be looking sharp, and you want to just gain as much muscle tissue as possible, no carbs is not optimal. It's that simple, guys. So you want to keep the carbs in there. And eventually I brought the carbs back in and I improved massively. Yeah, my performance improved. My energy was higher. My pumps were better. My recovery was better. And everything just worked a lot better. And fast forward to today, guys, my nutrition setup is honestly the best it's ever been. Yeah, in terms of my energy and my performance and just staying lean year round. And I get a lot of questions over on my Insta. What do I actually eat on a daily basis? What is my current macro setup? So if you actually want that setup, guys, I can send it over to you on my Insta, Charlie Crawley Fit. Just DM me the words macro and I will get that over to you. But you want to be eating from Whole Foods at all times. Yeah, 100-0 rule around here. All right, no 80-20, none of that BS that you see online. Yeah, if you actually want to fix your lifestyle and you want to feel at your absolute best, you want to be eating from Whole Foods. And especially from a physique standpoint, like I say, I used to suffer a lot with bloating and water retention in the past, like pretty badly. So just make sure you find the foods that work for you. And like I say, Whole Foods is going to be the way forward. And also as well, guys, as much as I go on about Whole Foods, you want to get your macros dialed in specifically for you, especially if you want to get shredded to that 8 to 10% body fat range. Yeah, you want to be building out a phase-by-phase roadmap in order to actually get down to that body fat percentage. And this is something that I actually do with all my clients, to ensure that they're holding on to that muscle tissue when they're leaning down. Because a lot of people just slash the calories super low and they up their cardio and they just end up looking skinny fat. Yeah, they end up binging and starving themselves and then repeating, and it's just a constant cycle, guys. So you want that precision in there. You want to be eating from Whole Foods, all right? And you want the correct calories and macros aligned to your goals, aligned to your weight. And trust me, guys, it's going to make getting shredded a lot easier. The next thing I did was limit my alcohol. And honestly, at this point, I've cut it, all right? I've completely cut it. And honestly, I can't really see myself going back personally. It just doesn't serve me in terms of my goals, in terms of my life. And I say that as someone who, you know, used to go out every weekend. Yeah, there used to be a weekend waster. I used to get smashed like every weekend for about 2 to 3 years. And I haven't drank in over 6 months now. Yeah, and I've gone longer before. And again, I know 6 months isn't a lot, but like I say, I had a few drinks in the summer and I went back to it. And honestly, guys, I don't miss it. Yeah, I really didn't miss it. Like, it was honestly pain. So, like I say, I think I realised that I used to drink to feel confident in myself in social situations and to escape just how shit I actually felt about myself day to day, about my life, about my body. So I thought instead of, you know, drinking to escape how shit I felt about myself, why not actually build myself into someone that I actually respect? Yeah, both physically and mentally. So I did, guys, and that confidence came automatically. Yeah, I was automatically respected by others, and I just built that self-respect with myself. And again, in the past, guys, I've had, you know, family issues with drinking and stuff, and for me, I was just a complete wanker on the drink, right? I literally used to get into arguments all the time and just turn into a complete cunt. And I lost a lot of good mates to alcohol and just shitty situations. So alcohol just doesn't serve me. And it's going to fuck up your recovery. It's going to fuck up your testosterone. If you're someone who's looking to actually build an elite physique, an elite body, it's just not optimal. It's that simple, right? Like I say, bad sleep, bad performance in the gym. And again, it's empty calories, guys. All right, you're going to get fat as fuck. And it just leads to poor choices. Like, the more that I say all these things, guys, honestly, I think alcohol is absolutely retarded. Yeah, I kind of don't really get it. Like, get the purpose. And again, this is coming from someone that used to go out every weekend and drink 4 or 5 times a week and get absolutely plastered and then go to work, you know, hungover. But yeah, I don't get the point, guys. I now see the world a lot differently. And I don't really see why it's so hyped and everyone's going out and getting smashed every weekend. Like, it just makes you such an unproductive fucker. Yeah, and if you actually want to look good and feel your best and just get shredded, especially, alcohol has to be limited, all right? Like, yes, maybe have it for the odd occasion, for a holiday, with family, whatever. But honestly, just make sure you can actually control yourself. A lot of people can't actually control themselves. So if you can't control yourself, I honestly recommend cutting it. But yeah, again, like I say, cutting alcohol and limiting alcohol is going to make your getting shredded journey a lot easier. The next lifestyle change is the early wake up. Yeah, like I say, that was one of the next changes that I made. Now, you follow me over on my Insta, you know, you see me getting the electrolytes in, getting the press ups in the morning. And honestly, guys, my day starts at 3 a.m. Yeah, now I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, why the fuck are you waking up at 3 a.m? And I'm not really going to go into it in this video. I might make a separate video at another point. But guys, it just currently works for me and my structure and my lifestyle. And I'm telling you now, I'm not telling you to wake up at 3 a.m. Yeah, all right, that's the first thing. I'm not telling you to wake up at 3 a.m. I'm not saying I'm better because I wake up at 3 a.m. But I am telling you to wake up a bit earlier and always give yourself, you know, what I actually tell all my clients to do is always give yourself a 3 hour window, all right? So before you start work. So if you start work at 9 a.m., you want to be getting up at 6. If you start work at 8, you want to be getting up at 5. Yeah, you want them first few hours of the day to actually grow you. Yeah, build a morning routine and just get the hard things done first. Yeah, the hard things, whatever hard things it might be for you. So that could be the 30 minutes of cardio that you keep skipping, or even the gym in the morning. Yeah, or, you know, reading a book or getting your steps in, whatever it might be. Just get the hard thing boxed off first. Yeah, and just allow yourself that time in the morning. Now, this isn't going to have an overall effect on you getting shredded, all right, from a physical standpoint, unless obviously you're getting the gym boxed off early in the morning. But it is going to build that discipline with yourself. It's going to build that trust with yourself, which, guys, you need discipline, yeah, when it comes to actually getting shredded, to staying shredded, all right? So, like I say, it's non-negotiable, guys. You want to be building your body and you want to be getting after the body you want. You're going to need discipline. It's that simple. So the early wake up, guys, is a game changer. All right. It's a game changer for me. It's something I will always do. Maybe not 3 a.m. for the rest of my life, but just currently where I am right now with how things are working around my schedule, it works for me. But guys, like I say, if you're looking to get shredded, you're going to buy back a lot of time with that early wake up. Next thing you want to be doing is making sure that you have structured training. Yeah, stop going in there and winging it and hopping on machine. All right, like actually have a structured program that's allocated to your goals. So ideally, obviously peak aesthetics. Yeah, and you want to be training around 4 to 5 times a week is good with proper execution, proper tempo. None of this ego shit, all right? Going in the gym, picking up the 50s, looking like a twat. Yeah, like lift with proper execution. Like, please, guys, you look so fucking stupid. I see it all the time. You know, all these guys going in the gym and they're just trying to show off in front of their mates, all right? Like, no one cares. It's that simple. Also, guys, like I say, you want training around the physique you want to achieve. So if you want to chase that peak aesthetics, you want to be hitting, you know, the shoulders, the arms, you want to be blowing them up with progressive overload. Yeah, ideally, obviously you're chasing that movie star look if you're watching this video. So yeah, guys, like I say, you want structured training in there. Also, what I like to do is some bodyweight circuits throughout the day. Yeah, it's going to raise your frequency. It's going to, if you ever have these afternoon dips in the afternoon, which I sometimes do around 1 o'clock, what I do is, guys, I get a couple curls in, I get the lateral raises in, I get the press ups in. Yeah, it's going to raise the frequency throughout the day. So make sure you're getting the weight training in and you're getting your razor frequency workouts in, all right? It's non-negotiable. And lastly, guys, obviously you want structured training in your cardio. Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't go too high intensity. In the past, I have done, you know, the whole hybrid, the whole HIIT workouts and running and skipping and boxing and all that sort of stuff, guys. But if you want to hold on to as much muscle as possible whilst maintaining a low body fat percentage, zone 2 cardio is always going to be the way. Yeah, like I say, you're not going to be as hungry, you're not going to be as fatigued, and like I say, you're just going to hold on to that muscle. Also, guys, obviously steps are key. Absolutely are key. So you want to be getting at least 10k steps a day, and anywhere from 10 to 12k ideally for that shredded look. Me personally, I like to get anywhere from 12 to 15, but again, it all depends on the person and how much food you actually want to eat in that day. So like I say, you want structure to your training. The next changes I did, guys, was actually manage my stress and my recovery. All right, for years I suffered the worst with high cortisol and a bloated face and crusty skin and shit haircut. And like I say, this sort of ties in, guys, with the early wake ups, but you don't want to be going to bed late. Yeah, like you don't want to be staying out late, fucking about with your mates to 2 a.m. or scrolling your phone, you know, watching TikTok, doom scrolling to 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, getting on screens. Like, it's going to cause high stress, and high stress is going to lead to that stored fat gain. So if you actually want to achieve a shredded physique, it is not the way forward. You want to be prioritizing your sleep. You want to always be getting 7, 8, sometimes 9 hours a night. So for that last hour before bed, stay off your phone. Yeah, journal or read or prepare for the night before. Like, stop going to bed and having a wank, like a late night wank, all right? And also, guys, don't wake up and go straight on your phone and on the PlayStation or whatever, like having these reactive mornings, all right? Always prioritize the morning as you growth. Yeah, like spend that time alone off the phone. And like I say, rest days, guys, is so important, all right? It's where your body's actually recovering. So if you're not giving yourself that time to grow, you're not going to build muscle optimally. And especially if you want to actually build a lean, aesthetic, shredded physique, and you want the muscles coming back fuller and stronger and denser, you want to be prioritizing them rest days. Yes, obviously stay active, get your steps in, but always prioritize your recovery and manage your stress well. The next change I made was I started to protect my energy, all right? I started cleaning up who I was actually hanging around with. So, like I say, you want to be giving your time and energy to people who actually matter. Yeah, ditch the losers, ditch the people who are drifting through life. If you want to go all in on your physique and you're hanging around people who are eating Mackies and Domino's pizza and just getting fucked up every weekend, it's going to be a lot harder to build a shredded physique and maintain a shredded physique. So always prioritize what matters most to you and get around the right people. Yeah, you want to be hanging around people who actually focus on building their body, building their career. Like at the end of the day, guys, it's your life. Yeah, so make sure you live it to the absolute max. And what I found, guys, is when you remove the booze, the drugs, the pub talk about the football or whatever, like you don't actually have much in common with these people, and you ain't got anything bad to say about them. But guys, like I say, just value your time wisely. You want to be getting around people with the physique, with the habits, with the lifestyle that you actually want. And like I say, it's just going to make staying shredded a lot easier. Yeah, like staying in shape a lot easier. If you're hanging around people who are hitting up spoons every weekend and sniffing coke and eating scampi fries, that is not optimal. All right, if you want to be shredded, keep the real ones around you. And over time, you will truly know who the real ones are. Yeah, they're the ones who are going to be supporting you on your journey. And if they don't support you on your journey, then they weren't a real friend to begin with. All right, always make decisions that your future self will thank you for. Now, the last change I actually made was actually staying consistent and actually sticking to the plan. Yeah, for years, I would tell myself the diet starts Monday, or I get back in the gym next week, and then I was wondering why I'd never wake up with this shredded physique. Like, lads, you're not gonna. Yeah, if you don't fix your lifestyle, if you don't actually fix yourself up, change what you're currently doing, you're not gonna change. All right, consistency beats doubt every single time. And there was many times that I doubted myself, guys. All right, I doubted my abilities because I haven't seen what I'm truly capable of. And well, I didn't see what I was truly capable of at the time. And if you're sat here watching this video and you're telling yourself you don't think you can get shredded, you don't think you can get to 8 to 10% body fat, you aren't gonna, yeah, because you're telling your mind that you can't do it. And when you keep telling your mind something, you're not gonna do it. So you need to rewire your mind and tell yourself you can do it, and have the consistency to show up day after day. And even when doubt creeps in, because it will, all right, it will. Like, you just push through, yeah, and tell yourself that you will get there in the end, and you will get there in the end, guys. Getting shredded isn't about finding the perfect diet or the perfect workout. It literally comes down to your lifestyle, to your habits, to your standards, your environment, your daily decisions. And when all those are aligned, guys, achieving a shredded physique becomes a lot easier. Yeah, so build a lifestyle around the body that you actually want. And if you've got any questions, you can comment below, or you can shoot me a message over on my Insta, Charlie Crawley Fit. But I appreciate you watching, guys, and let's go.